We've never said that, but that's not the question. I understand that, but that is.
Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones hijacked a press conference and ended up getting grilled by Spurs Jesus. Business groups rallied at San Antonio City Hall ahead of a key council vote in support of approving a funding deal for a Spurs arena. Jones came out of City Hall, took the mic, and urged instead for a pause till the city can get more information and feedback. Spurs Jesus asked about what she'd do if the team left.
Making sure our community got a good deal here, not rushing through on this. That's right. Go Spurs, go! Spurs Jesus, you had a question?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, my heel just fell.
What are you going to say to the people, you said not on your watch, what are you going to say to the people of San Antonio when it happens on your watch and the Spurs decide to move to Boston and you're left without? Vegas. What about the economic impact study of what happens to San Antonio and the economic impact when the Spurs leave?
So to your point, the Spurs have never said that they would leave San Antonio. That is a comment. That is a fearful comment. I understand that. But the Spurs have never said that. The Spurs have never said, hey, City Council, if you don't vote on a term sheet on Thursday, we're leaving. They've never said that. Hold on, we've never said that. We've never said that. But that's not the question. I understand that. But that is not, and I understand people are trying to, frankly, scare people into that. But again, we have an opportunity to do this right. My concern is folks. No, I am answering the question. I am answering the question.
If the Spurs left.
So it's the Spurs' decision. I want a deal. That's why I'm working so hard for it. If we do the things that I want, that I'm asking for, more data for the people and more public engagement, people will vote for this in November. More people will vote for it if they understand they're getting a good deal. I think fewer people will support it if they feel like they don't have all the data and they're getting this rammed through. So we are working very hard. I've told all the Spurs, Spurs Jesus, you have never heard me say, I do not want a deal. Let's get a deal. That requires having the data and that requires public input. That's what that requires.